Hey everyone, welcome to Kempner Sports. My name is Rev Trev. So glad that you're here. Today we're going to be talking about the Packers, especially management and Jaire Alexander. I know we shouldn't be talking about this going into the biggest weekend of the year, of the season. I can't believe we're having this conversation right now, but we need to dive into this. I am so annoyed that this has happened. And the big question is, Jaire Alexander, should he have been suspended or just fined? Suspended or just fined? Now, I do think this is a legitimate question, and we need to remember that he is our best cornerback. He's elite. He hasn't played very much this season. He has made some mistakes, especially this last week, and the controversy all wraps around it. If you've been living under a rock or you haven't been following Packers content, listen, he may have gone onto the field as a captain, even though he's not a captain, and went to the coin toss. Now, the Packers are very upset about this. I understand. I get it. I'm not saying what he did was okay or cool or should have happened, but it happened. And this is what we're dealing with, people. We're dealing with Jaire Alexander from that area, wanting to be a part of that. And so what do we do? What do we do with this? And the Green Bay Packers decided, because he almost messed it up for Green Bay. And I understand why that this is a big deal. I understand this is a big deal, okay? I'm not downplaying this at all, but I am telling you right now that it's not as big of a deal as they are making it out to be, because in my opinion, there should be a fine. This is just a finable offense. Instead, we're going next level, and we're suspending our best cornerback going into the biggest game of the season. The plan is, I thought it was at least until this week, that we're supposed to be winning out and going to the playoffs. So I'm a little confused. So can someone enlighten me why this is an important lesson to be learned for Jaire? Where is it that we're going to be? You literally said for actions detrimental to the team. Listen, what you as management have done have made it detrimental, more detrimental to the team than what is going on here. In my opinion, this is a bunch of garbage and crap. I'm just being honest with you. This is absolutely dog breath. This is disgusting. Like, are you trying to move on from Jaire? Are you wanting to separate? Are you wanting to trade him? Are you wanting to be done? Because it looks like it to us. And some of you are like, well, he needs to learn his lesson. Okay, fine him. This is really, honestly, absolutely ridiculous that we're walking into week 17 and you're suspending Jaire for going into the coin toss. This is what we're talking about here. Coin toss. It feels like Irish says, like practice, like the game hadn't started. Now, he almost screwed it up. I understand he almost screwed it up, But the fact is that he didn't. He didn't, everyone. And that is what is bothering me. So post in the comments, should Jaire Alexander have been suspended or fined? As you can tell, I'm in the fine camp. Just fine him. That's that. Like, hit the pocketbook, not be detrimental to your own team. This is absolutely ridiculous. It's stupid. It's absolutely stupid. Now, I don't know. I think, like, as a Packers fan, and we need to understand that this is absolutely ridiculous. Like, come on. As a Packers fan, are you seriously going, yeah, our chances are way better without him? No, they are not. And this is where we're at. This is where we're at, everyone. We're at an all-time low for stupid stuff. Stupid stuff by Jaire, stupid stuff by our management. We're walking into the biggest game of the season needing to win, not just like, oh, we should, it doesn't really matter. If you don't win on Sunday, it doesn't matter what happens on week 18 anymore. It doesn't matter. And if I'm the Packers, I'm trying to get into the playoffs because who knows what can happen. And also, not only that, you need these young guys to have playoff experience. Like, this is why you play the game, isn't it? How ridiculous is it? How stupid is it that we are we're suspending our best player on defense because he made some foolish mistakes? Okay, I'm going to dive in. Okay, now, of course, Craig, good to have you here. Great to have you here, actually. He did, but the refs saved him. Yes, he did. I agree. Suspend him. Okay, I disagree with that. They're trying to out stupid. Exactly, Craig, and that is the point. Like, who's the most mature one here? Are we just going to say, I understand he needs to learn his lesson, okay? But this is a bad lesson to learn. This is about, don't you think, Craig? Like, in all honesty, take away rivalry, take away the biggest game of the year coming up. The bias to the biggest game of the year, okay? Like, they're trying to out-stupid each other, right? I'm just absolutely baffled that this is happening. Absolutely baffled this is happening. It has been a gong show of leading up into this week. And speaking of gong shows, there's so many stupid things that are happening in this league. Number one, Jaire getting suspended. Number two, the Broncos benching Russell Wilson, their number one quarterback, the guy who's outplayed Pat Mahomes. Now, I get it that they had a terrible year last year, partly maybe majorly because Russell Wilson was terrible. This year, he has literally outperformed Patrick Mahomes. The losing is not on Russell Wilson. So that's a stupid call. They're moving on from Russell Wilson. Okay. So I guess the plan is that you're tanking now, which I'm okay with that plan. But weird to think that you're going to bench and move on from Russell Wilson. Like, who are you going to get at quarterback? Honestly, Jimmy Garoppolo, Derek Carr. I mean, Jameis Winston. Oh my gosh! I mean, you're not going to try. You're not. If you win, I think Stidham could definitely win this week. This is how crazy and nuts this is, everyone. Like, this is just wild. This is absolutely wild to think that the Denver Broncos are moving on from Russell Wilson. I get that he's going to be getting paid a boatload of money, but you guys are the ones who made the trade for him, who gave Seattle the draft picks. You guys are to blame. It's not Russell Wilson. It's you. It's you, Denver management, owners. All of you are crazy, and it's just a stupid move. Speaking of stupid moves, let's talk about the Minnesota Vikings starting Jaren Hall. Are you kidding me right now? And why would you, if this is the plan, if this is really what you're doing, and they've declared that he's going to be the starter, okay? They've literally been stupid enough to tell us on Thursday. Why don't you tell everyone on Saturday? Plan and then switch it right at the end. Like the Minnesota, now it's so confusing. Are you planning to win this game or do you want to get a better draft pick? Because to me, starting Hall says you want a better draft pick. Didn't Mullins get 400 yards passing last week? Like 400. You've got Jefferson back. You've got Addison. You've got Osborne that have been playing great. I know Hawkinson's injured, so we can't rely on him. Or you can't rely on him, not me. Like, to me, it's like this doesn't really sound like this is the 5th round pick. I do not understand. Absolutely do not understand. So going back to some comments. So Craig, yes, compounding the mistake. They're elevating it instead of calming it. I agree. I mean, if we're realistic about it, we're taking them the bias, what you are right here, right? They're not calming it. They're making it worse. They've amplified it. Now, Billy, great to see you. So glad you're here. It feels like they think it's going to be okay with the Vikings injuries, and they have already played like 9 games with Alexander. That is a great point. We shouldn't need him, right? We shouldn't need him. But last time we played him, Addison roasted him. The year before that, Jaire got Jefferson. Who knows what's going to happen? You need your best players on the field. Now, granted, Green Bay has literally played without our best players for most of the season. Like, literally our best left tackle, our best running back, our best cornerback, our best wide receiver, and our best tight end for most of the season. All of those guys have been out. Meanwhile, we're in the playoff hunt. There's no other team in the NFL that could do that have all those significant injuries. Now, granted, our quarterback has been healthy, up and down season for sure. But at the end of the day, what a crazy, crazy thing. Like, our success has been phenomenal, right? So, by the way, new toque, or what you guys call it, beanie, right, in the States. New beanie, new toque in the stocking this year. Pumped about it. My wife bought this for me. I love it. As you can see, I have a couple other ones there as well. So I'm into those a lot. But yeah, what did you guys get any Packers gear for Christmas? I know if you're not a Packers fan, obviously not. So Craig says, I don't think you'd push that fighting for the last spot. Yeah, I agree. Hall time. Yeah, dude, I know. Like, you guys have to, like, if Kirk Cousins was playing for you guys right now, like, you would already be in the playoffs. There would be no contest. You'd be in, right? It's just fact of what would happen. But you're right, Craig. 4 interceptions by Mullins. I get it. But who gives you the best shot to win? The guy who has not played hardly ever, or the guy who's played a lot? Mullins has played a lot over his career. I wouldn't say starter, but like backup role. I think he's got more experience. And so you're saying that, are you honestly saying to me that Hall gives a better chance for the Vikings to win than Mullins? I mean, maybe it's the same. Maybe it's worse. Maybe Hall is just like, when I heard that Hall was going to be playing, I was like, are they wanting to lose this game? And granted, I mean, we don't have our cornerback, so we're going to see. I don't know what you guys think. I mean, it's going to be must-see TV, Sunday Night Football, Packers at Vikings. It's going to be really special. It's going to be absolutely special to watch. It's what I like about it. It's a relevant game, everyone. It's absolutely relevant game. And so you have the Packers' remaining schedule is Week 17 at Minnesota, and then we got to play at home against the Chicago Bears. Who's going to win out? Who's going to make it? Now, right now, the Packers are not in it. I think we're 10th or 11th. We need the Seahawks to lose. We need the Vikings to lose. This is the best week for the Vikings to lose, right? Control our own destiny. So, and And then the Bears game becomes important next week too. What I've been saying from day one is I had this feeling that week 18 against the Bears was going to mean something. Now, obviously, you have to win against the Vikings for it to really, really mean something. But at the end of the day, if we lose to the Vikings, there's still a chance. But it's so many other factors have to happen that you don't control your own destiny. And I made a video about will the Packers make the playoffs, and you heard it here that I believe that we were going to win our last 3 games and we're going to make the playoffs. So that's my prediction. I'm sticking to it. I think we're going to beat Minnesota. I don't even care if we win by 1 point, as long as we beat Minnesota. Now, the problem is we've made the other quarterbacks who are not good look amazing. DeVito, okay, should have beat the Giants. Here's the thing about this, okay? He was NFC Player of the Week or Offensive Player of the Week. Like, are you kidding me? Then it follows it up against Baker Mayfield, having a career day, I believe, for him, but again at Lambeau, opposing quarterbacks, has another NFC Player of the Week. And then we go into, I'm not making this up, everyone. Like, this is where we're at. This defense with Joe Barry, without Alexander, this is where we're at. This is where we're at. We give Bryce Young, in a struggling year, an opportunity to have his best game of his NFL short career. He had his best week last week against us. So here we are with Joe Barry, and now we're playing the Minnesota Vikings in another must-win game in Minnesota on the road. You can't script this better, so we have to be able to win these games. These are absolutely crucial moments for us to make the playoffs. Now, lots of people said that we weren't going to make the playoffs, and I didn't know what to think at the beginning of the season, but man, we're there. We've got a shot right now. This is our time. We can try to get there, and I hope we make it. It'll be so awesome. I know a lot of people, but my prediction is we're still making the playoffs. Getting Hall in, I think, is absolutely stellar. Absolutely stellar. So what do you guys think? Who do you think is going to win? I got 20 people in here right now, and I'd love to hear. Do you think we beat the Minnesota Vikings this Sunday? I don't know. I've got to do some kind of a prediction. Okay, so I'm going to say Green Bay 23. Minnesota 21. It's going to be a barn burner. It's going to come to the end. We're going to hit a field goal to win. That's what I'm going to say. So, and Billy comes in the same idea, 24-20 for them. Okay, so that's good, Billy. I love that you're there. Let me just see. Because we just got to remind ourselves that nobody believed in Green Bay, right? Nobody believed in us. Most of the fan base was divided, right? So I'm going, what did I say? Packers 24, Vikings 21. No, I said Packers 23. That's what I said. So we're going to go there. I'm going to make this official right now. This is what I'm saying. Packers 23, Vikings 21. I'm going to screenshot this. I'm going to post it everywhere. I want everyone to know that I called it. So thanks so much for watching the stream tonight. I'm going to probably make another video sooner than later on this, whether it'll be a recap or it's going to be a preview video and maybe have someone else on to join me. By the way, I've really enjoyed this year making videos, but also being on NFL Outdated. Really appreciate Andy in the Freezing 4 NFC North podcast that we do, or I don't know, is podcast the right word? I think it's like our show. So we have the Packers represented, Lions, Vikings, and Bears, and it's been fun to be a part of that. Also, really enjoyed being part of Matt Ramage's content as well, doing fantasy football. Then we've kind of tried to morph it more into Packers content with Dakota, and it's been a blast. And I just love those guys. I think they're great. It's been a fun year and a hard year to be a Green Bay Packer. But think about it. We have Jordan Love, who's shown us what we can do and what we are going to do. It's been really, really amazing. And speaking of NFL outdated, Andy's in the building. Good to have you here, my friend. Yeah. So again, back to my prediction here, real quick. Packers 23, Vikings 21. Going out on a limb, saying that the Jaron Hall thing was a bad move. Bad move by the Minnesota Vikings. Just like I think also that it was an awful move to suspend Jaire, and you should have just fined him. That's just my opinion. That's where I'm landing and ending this stream with. Thanks so much for watching. Hit that like and subscribe. And of course, always go Pack, go.